Maybe not in all cases, but guess what? It has helped me come this far. And I have a lot of gaps to fill. So yes, I still continue to use my PLD days, my weekends, to go back and learn some other concepts and try to master them as much as possible. So these are the materials I use. I use some PDFs here and there to like Sam's Teach Yourself C in 24 hours. Just a number of materials here and there, but overall, I recommend everyone should use whatever works for them, whatever strategy works for you. Use it and use it to your advantage.
Thank you so much, Micheal. I think you are so amazing and you're so inspiring, and people like you really make this journey absolutely worth it. And thank you so much for sticking through to this, all of this. I know it hasn't been easy, but I'm certain that it's definitely going to pay off. And guys, if you're doubting Micheal's capacity in this team, I just took a look at his scores. Micheal is currently over 100% in his learning. He's doing amazing in this program. And just another tip, what the purpose of going through this program is to connect you to opportunities. We've also heard from so many students say that learning from the intranet was their actual technical interviews for jobs with AWS. So guys, it's no joke. We know what we're doing. We know what we're giving you. So please, please, please take the opportunity, run with it, and you can trust us that we will be available to support you as you go on in this journey. Thank you so much, Micheal. Gavin, I pass it back to you to lead the rest of the call.
Thank you, and thank you, Micheal, for your honesty. That's what people like to hear. It is possible, but you have to have the right mindset. You have to have those real values. You can hear the values. You can drop them in the chat what you think Michael's values are, but they're focus, there's resilience, there's communication he has, there's openness. He has all these other values. These have to be the behaviors that Micheal has to exhibit and actually do, not aspirational. If he had aspirational values over real actual values, he'd be failing right now. But he has great communication. He has honesty. He's integrous. He says, I'm true about who I am and what I'm capable of. That's what I need to realize. Otherwise, he'll take his whole family down and he'll lose everything. But instead, he says, I know what I'm capable of. I need to know when I need also a value of I know when to ask for help and who I need to ask for help from. Ask from your community. But here's somebody who can help you with amazing insights and amazing help. Guys, if you're going to have a BFF in this whole program, it's going to be Martin. Martin, come and talk to our new cohort.
So most welcome, everybody. My name is Martin, Martin van Middelaar. I've been software engineering for quite some time now, since actually I was a child. And could you bring back the slides? Because we're going to use them. I want to show a few things. Let's see. So I want to talk to you about admin matters and conduct. Could you give me back my slides, please? I'm waiting for my slides. Yes, thank you so much. So we are talking about 3 sprints of 3 months and additionally a sprint or a specialization, which is also a sprint, you could say. That's not a sprint, that's a marathon. And when we think about running a marathon, it's really, you have to do it yourself, right? When you start running that marathon, you are indeed training your muscles by doing it yourself. So same thing applies here. When we learn software engineering, we can only learn it through doing it ourselves. We can learn it through really, like Micheal already shared, putting in a lot of effort. Now, this is why, and this is for any given institute where this education taking place, plagiarism is not allowed. So what does that mean? You cannot present other people's work as your own. As well, you cannot have other people present your work as their own. So that said, you cannot share solutions. Why? Because you will be taking away the opportunity for your peers in this program to learn software engineering. So that is very important, because at the end of the day, or at the end of this program, We would like to see each and every one of you to be capable and a great software engineer. So on that note, all of the materials of the internet are copyright protected. You cannot share them on any given platform that is publicly available. Most notably, of course, YouTube, with the many resources we have there, and also not other ways. So we cannot share any of the content from the internet with others through public media. Your peers in this running that marathon, you are things. Let's.
So we've also hired.
But he has great in this whole program.
So we are talking about 3 sprints of 3 months, and additionally a
amazing insight.
Training your muscles by doing it yourself. So same thing applies here. When we learn software engineering, we can only learn it through doing it ourselves. And we can learn it through really, like Micheal already shared, putting in a lot of effort. Now, this is why, and this is for any given institute where this education taking place, plagiarism is not allowed. So what does that mean? You cannot present other people's work as your own. As well, you cannot have other people present your work as their own. So that said, you cannot share solutions. Why? Because you will be taking away the opportunity for your peers in this program to learn software engineering. So that is very important, because at the end of the day, or at the end of this program, we would like to see each and every one of you to be capable and a great software engineer. So on that note, all of the materials of the internet are copyright protected. You cannot share them on any given platform that is publicly available. Most notably, of course, YouTube, with the many resources we have there, and also not other ways. So we cannot share any of the content from the internet with others through public media. Now, as already shared before by Joy, thank you. Sometimes you'd see that you might need more time to get up to speed for different reasons. Some people might have, not have had the opportunity to really prepare as a software engineer because this was the first time. Well, maybe you'll find out that you did not meet up with at 80%, or there were other circumstances that prevented you from, really fully focus on this program. You can think of different reasons yourself. Now, we allow you to defer up to 3 times to give you the opportunity to really finish this program, because life happens to all of us, for good or for worse. So in order to defer, the first thing would be to send an email to se-support@alx.app, as you can see also here in the slide. Next, you will be connected to a mentor, and subsequently, we will just ask you what would work best for you, because it is your journey that you are embarking on. We're not telling you how you should walk your journey. We can only advise you and encourage you and help you along the way. So we, myself and a team of mentors with me, are there to support you. But as well, there is support via email. If you have any question that is not really program related, of course, the technical questions you would ask your peers that you are in your cohort with, that you will be grouped with during this week as well. But if you have any other admin questions that are not specifically tech related, you could also ask them to the support desk. That is se-support@alx.app. Of course, you might need to wait a little bit on the response. You can understand that they have quite some to handle. But yeah, so there's also implications of inactivity. So what does that mean? Well, we have a few milestones. Of course, we have the first 2 weeks, which is onboarding. Onboarding is really only to get you on board of our program, to get you ready to embark on that foundations program, which is 3 months or three sprints of 3 months, and as well, secondly, what will happen after 1 month? Because we already said you need this 80%. And that's not to tease you or to make you scared of your future in this program, but rather to ensure you are ready for the next 8 or 11 months of the program. We would like you to have a great learning experience. And sometimes, for different reasons, we are not yet ready to embark on the rest of this journey. So we will ask you, what do you want as a next step? So if you do not meet with 80% after 1 month, after onboarding, so that's basically 6 weeks from now, we will ask you, do you want to continue? And then when are you ready to continue? Maybe you want to take some time to read up on a few things, or maybe you're already ready to join the next cohort. In that case, you're most welcome to let us know so we can just enroll you in the next cohort that's upcoming. That's basically it. So the next steps in this program would be, did you already sign up to the intranet? Well, you need to go to your email to get a few details there, to the link, the login link. You can ask for a new password using the forget your password button, you will see. And tomorrow we will have more sessions going on. You will be informed in the intranet as well. You will find in the calendar what time these sessions will be as well. I think you have received them via email as well. You will find them in the announcement channel on Slack. So check those. Always check Slack and the intranet for the latest updates on the activities that are taking place. So tomorrow we have a 101 on the intranet. Then, secondly, I would like to tell you that it's very helpful to be active on Slack. But at the same time, there is so much flooding of messages going on that it's almost impossible to keep track of everything. You might think, well, how do I even manage? Well, if you did not join Slack, please log into the intranet and you'll find a Slack button on your bottom left. You can, alternatively, you can download a Slack client to join Slack. Now, this week we will start grouping you in smaller groups of 5 people, so you can work intensively with those 5, which makes it easier to connect using the Slack features such as huddles, calling, and different ways. This way, of course, it will be much more easier to connect to one another, because with so many of you, over 60,000 people, it's of course not easy to manage. So that's why we decided to group you in small groups of 5, and you'll get more information on this during this week. That was about all from my side. Kindly, that's back to you, Gavin.
Gavin?
Thank you, indeed.
You're gonna transport me in?
I got you now, guys. I said she was Spinderella. She was my DJ, dropping the tracks to keep us in the mood, but she's also knowledgeable about the special thing that's at the end of this line. All right, guys, it's now good. Gonna go and sit and dinner and don't even know what the dessert's gonna be like. The dessert is the best part. Odie, what's on the menu?
First of all, what's at the finish line? Congratulations for everybody who made it this far. This is only the beginning. This is like the first step into a bigger world called the fellowship. But also some exciting times are coming up next week. So look out for your emails. We're going to drop it in the link where you can actually register and come meet Mr. Fred Swaneker himself next week at the info session that will give you more information about what I'm about to tell you right now. So What's at the finish line once you graduate and you are now a software engineer? You join the fellowship. What is the fellowship? The Room Fellowship is a community of top talent that supports each other succeed. I support you, you support me, we all support each other, we all win, right? The program, it accelerates your career of the top young professionals with the focus in Africa. Who's the top young professional? All of you on this call. You're the top professional. We want you to succeed, and we are going to push you. And you are going to give yourself to us, and we're going to give ourselves to you. So indeed, all of us will all succeed into the next levels of our careers. So coming up next is a short little video to explain a little bit more about the fellowship. Enjoy.
The Room Fellowship is the home for the top 5% of vetted talent around the world. It is a career accelerator to enter the job market and an opportunity to have access to support that is going to walk with you on your career journey from the day you start to the day you retire.
I found people, leaders, who are so passionate about helping other leaders grow in their business.
The Room is solving a critical challenge that every young person faces, every person looking to build a career faces, which is how do you get the networks that you need to accelerate your career?
I applied to Amazon through The Room. It was announced in The Room and I got a chance to apply. I went through the interview process successfully.
They give you access to unadvertised opportunities. I don't think I would have ever found out about Tree Ventures were it not for The Room.
Evidence shows that 75% of jobs are never advertised and 80% of jobs are filled by word of mouth. So who you know is much more important than what you know in finding a job or in creating a venture as an entrepreneur.
Do you know somebody? What are their values? How can you vouch for them? And I use that a lot, say when I'm hiring or when I'm looking for a particular kind of skill.
An amazing source of people that can be part of our journey, and whether they become partners or employees or key leaders, it's this amazing group of people to tap into.
So I've watched these guys stand up and face every challenge I put in front of them. I've watched them find out what they need to learn, and I've watched them create output and face them.
And how the fellowship supports you is through 3 main pillars, which is job support, continuous learning, and amazing benefits and perks.
You always need to exude confidence. You always need to have the mentality of starting, doing it. As Fred puts it, do hard things.
You have access to masterclasses and exclusive learning opportunities with industry leaders. You have access to events and travel experiences. Eventually in your city, you'll have access to clubhouses.
It was quite confusing, you don't know where to start. But now we've gotten our footing in terms of skills and connections. So I've been able to work with other places, be a technical mentor.
We are building a platform for you to have access to employers, but we're also building a community that is going to support you and each other along your career journey.
I think one of the things that I look forward to is networking and relationships and just learning from people.
It's young people who are so full of energy, and it was a good space to be in.
You're going to find a community in there of people who are either in the same place where you are or they're advanced, and the beauty of it is you can learn from both spectrums.
You can really interview for these big companies and actually pass the interview because they'll have given you the tools.
The fellowship comes at no cost to the fellow, which is really additional value to what this experience has to offer.
It's really where you find some of your greatest friends for the rest of your life.
So, I hope it got you all energized to join the fellowship. It's really a place where you'll find friendships for life, connections, career journeys. But no more about that. What do we do in the fellowship? We connect, encourage, and help each other succeed. I mean, we've said this before, so I'm reiterating it to you again. that we are connecting each other. We encourage each other. So there's no ego, there's generosity. We help each other. And also for you guys to make it through this course, you have to help each other to go over the finish line. And this does not stop there. It carries on in the fellowship. So we help each other, we connect, and we encourage each other to succeed. We also, how do we do all of these things? It is all founded on 3 pillars of the fellowship, right? So in the fellowship, we give you career support. So this is where you receive job support in the room community of unadvertised jobs. I mean, if you heard that in that video, there are like 75% of the jobs are not advertised. In this room, in the fellowship, you get to get that opportunity. You build relationships with mentors and people that have walked the path before you. I mean, who else will give you all the knowledge and the steps to take and be greater than a person who's walked before you? I mean, you heard Micheal. He's walking the step before you. So he's going to be that person. We have lifelong learning. So as you heard, you have exclusive events. We have industry experts that come and give you workshops and masterclasses. You develop specialized skills and things that are non-technical. You learn things that are non-technical. I mean, after 12 months of being on technical, you deserve a little bit non-technical, and that's where you can find it in the Room Fellowship. The last part of it is perks and benefits that you get in the room. We're also building a legacy point system so you guys can cash it in for clubhouse experiences, travel experiences. I mean, stay tuned. This is going to be the best community by far. And don't take it from me. Keep coming to the events. Keep reading the emails that we'll send you. Join the info sessions and come see for yourself from actual people who are in the fellowship that are gaining from all of this. So, last part about it, who's eligible for the fellowship? Everybody who is in an ALU, ALX affiliated program can join the fellowship. But, there is a but, you have to graduate. So put your head down, put your heart out, do the work, do the hard thing, and come join us at the fellowship. See you all there, and take it back to Gavin. What can we expect for day 2? Bye, y'all.
Me, not really me, but I can just tell you that we're going to have a deep dive into the program in more detail so you can kind of know what you're getting yourself into and what you have a broad overview, but it's best to go with it. I'll remind you that you use the question section that has been shared to you so you can ask the question so we can make sure we've got your questions being raised at the top. It's good to know which are the most important questions so you can upvote questions and make sure we have those at the top. And we're going to go deep diving into that. There's more to expect and more fun to be had as we go on. And we finish the week off with our last section of this Welcome Caribou with a community event where now the best thing about it, doing hard things, is that we play hard. So get ready for Friday. We're going to play some games together and really feel the feeling of what's like to be in the community. Now, we don't do nothing without asking for feedback because we learn how to grow because we take honest feedback. So we're dropping a link to you. If you could please come up and give us the feedback. It's only going to take you 30 seconds to fill in, and it's going to help us grow and improve the event as we go on. Let's have some tunes, DJ Spinderella Odie. Take us on.
Don't try, you're disappearing. No